communicating. Good defense set up there by State. Working his way in, can't find anything, and now back at the three-point line, there he goes. Back to three-point line to take the shot, and intercepted there. And there they go. And Justin, if you're just tuning in now, we want to welcome you here to Carmichael Gymnasium. Zach Saloy alongside Blake Collington. We apologize again for the technical difficulties. We have a new soundboard here, and we're always trying to work on improving our broadcast quality. So here we go. If you just missed it, NC State is up 8-2 over the Demon Deacons. This is Team Wolf instead of Team Pack, who just played against recently. And there goes Coasters in, and no problem for him. And it is now 10-2. Blake, what have you seen so far from State?
So far, it's been a lot of just breaks for NC State. I mean, they've gotten, I believe that's the third possession where they've just had been uncontested right down on the counterattack. Got to get what you got.
And there goes Ellis rushing through the paint, and there he goes. Back to Coasters. Coasters still has it. Nice layup.
Great inside work there by Coasters, really.
Really knows how to handle the ball. Carried up by Fishith, if I pronounced that correctly. Holding it, there's Falorn. Falorn all the way over there to Tyler. Tyler tried to make the three and unsuccessful right there. Carried up once again there by Hartle. Hartle will find a man in Ellis. Ellis with the three, almost a swish. And the ball goes out. And the layup. Funny story, Blake, before you got here, actually, we almost got hit, me and the director over here. Ball came flying, our lives would have ended, and there's a timeout there, I believe, for NC State, even though they're up 14-2. This is an aggressive team here, Blake.
Absolutely. They're coming out all guns a-blazing right now, just really pouring it on the Demon Deacons right now. One thing to note, though, is that I believe it's Team Wolf. Yes, Team Wolf suffered quite a few injuries the last tournament they were in. I believe it was in UNC. They've got 4 injured players right now. Excuse me, 3 injured players, either with concussion, sprained ankle, or an ACL tear. Obviously, making the roster a little smaller, but it doesn't seem to be causing any issues currently. We'll have to see later in the game. Maybe a smaller bench kind of rules into the fatigue, but right now they're just pouring it on up 12.
And that's exactly what they got to do here, and especially for the fact that they're working so well in the paint. You know, it's just going to be a matter of can State really keep up this offense, because they're doing good well with pressuring, but can they continue to pressure? Because fatigue is going to play a factor at some point, obviously.
Right.
And when fatigue gets in, they start to play sloppy. As Wake Forest don't carry it up, there's Spivey. Challenged by the State defenseman.
Spivey, really the playmaker for this Wake Forest offense.
And swish.
Excellent shot by Hollingswan, I believe it was. Hollingswan, excuse me. But yeah, if you're just joining us, Patrick Spivey, or excuse me, Spivey, number 4 on Wake Forest, was just a workhorse the last game they played against NC State's Team Pack. And we'll have to see if he can keep up that workload here.
There goes Spivey. Spivey, the playmaker for this team, and now is carried in by Earp. Earp now through the middle and gets in.
Oh, he gets the foul.
Barely went in. 16-6 now in favor of State. Carried in once again. There's Hartle. Hartle with the pass back there to Myers. Myers with the shot and a swish.
Drained it.
That'll be 19-6 now for State here, and it's a really important moment here for State as well, because they cannot let this lead up. This is a 13-point lead. Not something you see every day here, Blake.
Absolutely, just coming right out the gates, all firing on all cylinders.
Wake pots one right there and carried out back up once again. There's Hartle. Hartle at the 3 line with a shot. And no luck right there. And now it's carried in again once again by Tyler for the Demon Deacons. A lot of back and forth here early. There they go again. Myers with the great defensive interception. Makes a pass over, and Coasters almost buries it. Can't do anything about that, and it goes wide.
That's going to be a foul called on Hollingswan. That's his first. That's the first team foul, I believe. We're going to see 2 shots here.
Looks like it will be Max Myers. No problem for him there. 1 out of 2 now for the shots attempted. Substitution being made. Ellis comes out for Zach Prevet, a freshman shooting guard. Has some size to him. Could be useful. Myers couldn't bury the second one. Ball comes flying out of play. Almost kills us once again here, Blake.
We are not in the best position. That's for sure.
I'm just telling you right now, Blake, there was a student the other day who got hit by a Wolf Line bus. We prayed for his safety, but did some things that we as students could only imagine that we could do. So pray for his safety, of course, and the team's Spivey now will pot that, but I don't believe that will count there.
I believe that's going to be a foul called on. Yeah, it looks like it was called on number 11 for NC State, Mac. That's going to be his first.
Myers will make the pass up to Mac, and Mac will carry it in once again, and the teams will set up. Mac seems to know what he's doing, has good sight of the floor into the key. With the shot, can't get anywhere with that one. Back up the court once again. There goes Fisheth. Fisheth now at the point. Fisheth will try to make a tip pass over, but Myers in the way. And there they go. There's the player that just stepped in, Privet, and he buries that. Man, call him a coroner because he just buried that dead body.
Looking like a little frustration there from Fisheth. Slamming the ball on the court.
There goes Spivey with the shot.
Can't get that.
Good attempt at the three, but can't find anything. It was just off the back rim. Carried back in there, Demon Deacons once again. They still have possession. Carried back in by the man with the wonderful man bun in Arp. There goes Privet once again. Privet all the way over, and the layup is not good.
Just a little too much on that one, Mac.
Great opportunities once again for this team.
Looked like an excellent block there, or at least attempted a steal by Hartle. and it looks like number 10 for NC State just tries to come in without his shirt off.
I don't believe we have a number 10 on our roster sheet here.
That was man. We got a roster from one of the. I guess it would be a team manager. Looks like he left one of his players out.
With the three shot, nothing but net. Beautiful. I'm telling you what, right now, the head coach for the club team kind of looks like Dave Dorn a little bit.
I see it. I see it.
You see it? Yeah, I see it too. Jukes him out. Back up to the point for Spivey. Spivey now working alongside the boards, and he can't do it. The boards. Wow, I'm thinking about another sport here, Blake. My bad. I'm in another place right now, but that was a three-point line.
You're out in the rink.
I'm out in the hockey rink. That's about right. Thrown in there, Spivey. Will make the pass up. Nothing found there. Wake Forest can't keep it in.
Was able to throw it off of the NC State player to keep possession of it. Ooh, excellent shot there by Green from the Demon Deacons. Drains the three. Pull-up jumper there by Stanaland.
A good shot there, but nothing found there. Coasters tried to hang on to it, but a foul was called.
Interestingly enough, I believe that's number 23 for NC State, Ethan Malloy. I played against him in co-ed IM basketball. Let me tell you, being on the club team, he was pretty good against us. I couldn't defend him, that's for sure. Excellent fake there by Malloy. Drains
what a
the three.
Shot.
Yep, he did that against us in IM basketball too.
Great three shot and a little bit of an air ball right there.
It looked pretty.
It was a good shot.
Whoa.
Luckily, there was some matting on the wall right there, or else he would have had a lot more troubles than probably would have wished for.
He tries
Gets
to
in
get
for
contact.
the shot.
Nothing there.
Spivey now will rush it back in through the middle. Makes a pass back there with the three, and he just swishes it.
Wake Forest trying to cut into this NC State lead. NC State up 28-14 right now.
It's a big game so far, and there they go. With the shot there by the unnamed player with the three. Really great shot right there. Impressive work done by this club team.
Excellent defense.
With the interception once again, pushed out of
That's gonna be
play.
a foul. Foul there called on green. One thing to keep in mind, though, for you watching at home, NC State's other team, Team Pack, played against Wake Forest earlier today. And in the first half, the scoreline was actually pretty similar to this one. But Wake Forest was able to come back in the second half and really make a game of it. They cut the lead to 5 at one point, so don't be surprised if they're able to do that here as well.
There goes State. At the three-point line once again. He knows how to shoot. Just missed right there, right off the rim, and is carried back in by the Demon Deacons. A little bit of footwork done once again. Tries to make a pass through the middle, but State carries it back in once again. That's Prevette. And can't bury it.
That's going to be a foul on Spivey. That's his first, team's third.
And shots will be taken here, Blake. What's the importance of taking these kind of shots here?
Really just maintaining your composure. I mean, obviously running up and down the court, you're going to get fatigued, you're going to get tired at the free throw line, but you got 10 seconds to shoot. Just take that time to, really collect yourself, as he did not seem to do there, but just maintain that composure and just knock these home. They're called free throws for a reason. You got to make the most of them.
Good thing you don't have to pay to take these throws, or else they would be unfree throws. That's how it is. And carried back in once again. There's Fichette with the three and off the rim.
A little bit of mishandle there.
Man, he's going for that ball like a cheeseburger. Holy crap. And he just flies on the ground. It looks like the foul will be called on the Demon Deacons.
I believe it was a timeout. He was able to maintain possession and just call timeout really quickly before the Demon Deacons were able to get on top of it. So that's going to be another timeout called by NC State, I believe. Excellent work by this NC State team right now. Just like the other team, Team Pack, Team Wolf seems to have quite a bit of chemistry going for them.
And that's just how brothers are. And Wake Forest obviously playing with the fatigue from earlier, Blake.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a huge factor here going in because they played an aggressive game against State. They only lost by about 9 points, so it was a pretty tight game. Team Wolf obviously is a little bit more rested and ready to go here.
Absolutely. And one may argue that, hey, Wake Forest already got a game in. They're a little got the kinks out, but obviously NC State just able to make the most of this first game they're going up against. NC State Team Wolf, that is.
Along the rim. There he goes with the layup and nothing to do there. Easy points. Carried back in by Spivey. Spivey will try to set something up. We'll try to work around the corners right there with the layup, and that's good, Blake.
Man, he's quick.
He's got a lot going for him.
Absolutely. He's just all over the court all the time.
A little bit of footwork done. Jukes him out, and AB level up. Gold Star moves right in. What a move right there. Through the middle.
It's going to be a foul on the floor by number 10.
We thank you once again for joining us here on PackTV for today's broadcast. Zach Sawai alongside Blake Shallerton. We do want to thank everyone who's tuning in and hopes PackTV does what it does. This is a great opportunity for a lot of people to tune in and to watch sports that many people don't really know about.
Absolutely.
And it's really interesting to watch, and it's a good place to be.
Excellent
And Man Bun Man with the I need to learn his name.
Erp.
Okay.
I like Man Bun Man better. Makes it more interesting.
The flow with the bun, and Ellis with the shot.
Man.
I'm telling you what, those three-pointers just, they seem like they're natural to him almost.
Absolutely.
At the point controlling it is Spivey.
He's their main man.
Tries to set something up. Defending him right now is Slaviland.
And right, I believe that's Stanoland? Yeah. But right as we're speaking, Wake Forest drains another 3. Let's see if NC State can answer.
And they can't. Just a little bit too powerful off the back rim.
That's going to be an over-the-back called on NC State. That's going to be number 10 second. He's going to come out of the game. Looks like Mack and Hartle will be coming back in.
There goes the Demon Deacons once again.
Hollingsworth going to attempt a 3.
And they cannot capitalize there. And that's been the problem with Wake Forest. They've had a lot of good looks, but unable to capitalize.
Just rims out. Ooh, good
Through the
there.
middle, State can't pick it up. Really good work done there by the State defense. And another three-pointer, and it goes in.
Banks it in.
Holy Moses.
I don't know if the bank is open right now. Should that count?
I don't know. That might count as like a robbery or something. Carried in once again by State, and they cannot bank it in. State really needs to learn how to move into the paint quicker. They're getting a little bit slow and a little bit lax on their entries. What a move. Can't get it in. What an opportunity there.
Real big opportunity lost there.
Coasters now. Coasters make the pass over to Myers. Myers will try to work it in, and that's the layup.
It's just too easy. He's too tall.
Big chance here for the Demon Deacons to make something happen. Down by 14, anything can happen.
Ooh, could not get the finger roll.
Earp still can't find it. Earp will still keep it in the key, and no luck there.
Looks like Ellis was able to knock it off of his knee there, off an Earp's knee, that is. English is hard.
It is very hard. I have an A- in it right now, but it's hard.
Yeah. Could have an A. Come on, Zach.
Around my 72 and 93, that's about right. And with the 3, a little bit too powerful just off the back iron. Carried back in once again by the Demon Deacons with the 3, and
oh my goodness.
Now that was pretty.
That was excellent.
I've seen a lot of things in my life, Blake, but that was one of the prettier things that I've seen.
Spivey just with an amazing putback dunk there. Mack able to answer, though.
The Deacons really are doing a great job of entering through the sides and trying to set things up from there. But the strategy may need to change as State has finally found a way of suppressing them. State finds a way, moves it through the paint, and the ball is intercepted. The team in black and gold now will try to find their way. Not the Steelers, of course, but the Demon Deacons.
I do like their jerseys. Those are nice.
Like a bumblebee. Spivey now with the 3.
Rims out.
Great chance for him. There goes Coisters. My apologies, that's Theo Mack.
Man.
With the shot, I believe that was Ellis who shot that one.
I believe, I think it looked like Staniland, but it could have been Ellis. They were both right beside each other. I was too busy focusing on the defense by Wake Forest. They're doing well on the outside.
Spivey with the pass to Earp. Earp still controls it.
A little too much spinning. Outlet
Ellis
pass.
now, and he'll go in for the easy layup. No problem him for there. No problem him for there.
We know what you meant.
Hopefully. All right. And there goes Earp once again. Earp continues to be one of the more solid players down there. Stationary player. Finds his way to pass with the shot. There's Tyler. Tyler, nothing but net.
Deep 3 there.
Buries that. Absolutely buries that. Through the side.
And they're trying to discuss who it went off of. He's like, referee saying, come over here. We don't need them to hear. Looks like it's going to be a Wake Forest ball. Spidey was able to just manipulate what it looked like.
This may be a very high-scoring game here, Blake. Only at the end of the first half, it's 45-29. It's going to be big here going forward as Wake Forest now controlling his Fischette. Tries to bank it in, can't do it. And Myers now. Myers will make the pass back out there to Hartle. Hartle will carry it back in.
It's going to be a foul call Green. That's his second. honestly, the counterattacking by NC State has just been almost too much, well, pretty much too much for Wake Forest to handle.
With the shot and off the rim, Myers try going for the rebound, and we'll get 2 shots.
That's going to be called against Spivey. That's his second.
Myers doing decent today so far. We'll take his first shot. No problem for him.
Maintaining that composure.
3.9 seconds left. Still 46 to 29. Could be 47, and it will be.
You're going to have to throw up a prayer pretty much unless they can sprint down the court and get a little something.
They're going to go for the shot, and wide.
Wide left.
And then I'll do it for the first half. Blake, that was a really raucous first half, I would say myself. There was a lot of things that happened in that half. Blake, tell us about your general thoughts.
My general thoughts, now, we've already seen Wake Forest play once, so we kind of know how they operate as a team. We haven't seen this NC State team come yet. However, I got to say, this NC State team has really got some sort of tempo that it looked like the other team didn't have. I got to say, their counterattacking every time they get down the court is actually incredible. Just the amount of times they're able to beat Wake Forest back down on their offensive end just to get some free, easy buckets. Now, obviously, we saw in the second half of last game, Wake Forest was down by a considerable margin, and they were able to cut it to 5 at one point. Only lost by 8, but if they're able to do the same thing that they did, stay out of foul trouble. Spivey's got 2. He's got to keep that under 3-4, or else he's going to have to come out. They can just keep him out of foul trouble, get it together, maybe work a little bit on the defensive end. They'll be able to get back into this game.
All right, Blake, that sounds like some great stuff to head into the second half here. We'll be right back here on PackTV to bring you the second half of Team Wolf of the NC State Club team versus the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Gloomy Saturday here at Carmichael Gymnasium. We want to welcome you here. Of course, Zach Soy alongside Blake Charlton, who will be joining us in just a second here. 40 seconds until the second half begins here with a little bit of summary of the first half. State has done a great job of making sure they work their way in and get those 3-pointers and doing a great job of that and limiting the shots from the Demon Deacons. The Demon Deacons have faced a little bit of fatigue from their last game because they played the second of the 2 NC State Club teams in Team Pack. Team Wolf is the team they're playing right now. Team Wolf obviously has the upper hand right now. 47 to 29 is the score at the present moment. Now, joining us here today is Blake Charlton. Now, Blake, that was a wild first half.
Absolutely. I mean,
dig into it.
yeah, I'm trying to just process all that just happened. Like, NC State just, I mean, I don't want to say dominated, but they.
Well, to give a little bit of context, Blake, the last game, the final score was 49 to 40. At the end of the first half,
exactly.
And this game is 47-29.
Exactly, and that just goes to show that NC State's offense has just been basically too much to handle right now. Obviously, you know, their defense has been pretty solid too, but they've just really come out very impressively.
And the Demon Deacons are wasting no time as they're now within a 15-point deficit after that last 3 right there.
Wake Forest did come back against the other NC State team, though, so we'll have to see if they can do it again. We were also able to get number 10's name. That's Lloyd. I'm sure we'll see more of him.
Working it through the zone. Makes a pass all the way out there to Theo Mack. Mack now will control it. Mack over. Makes the pass with the shot and rims it. Can't go anything, but Mack's in for the rebound. Is not right there. Max Myers. And now it's carried back in once again. There's Spivey. Spivey now, easy layup, now within a 13-point deficit. I had to do the mental math there for a second there, Blake.
We got it, we got it.
I hate math. And there goes Ellis once again. Ellis over to Myers.
Man.
can't do anything about that one.
Ooh.
With the layup once
Wow.
again. And I think Wake has found their system. Just plunge in through the middle and pray to God the layup goes in.
They've been able to get quite a few turnovers.
Ellis for the 3, can't do it. Goes back in to get it. We'll try to just go in for the 2, and he won't get it.
He won't get the and one opportunity, but he is going to get 2 free throws. That's going to be a foul called on, I believe it was no, it would have been, it looked like it was Tyler. That's his first.
2 shots now for Ellis. Slowly awaiting.
Money.
Something I don't have a lot of.
Retweet. One team, though, that's impressed me just being here watching is North Carolina Central. They've just pretty much demolished every team they've played here at this tournament, Battle of the Brickyards.
Well, Central has a lot of good players. I know that for a fact. And a nice shot right there by Spivey, and that will just be 2.
Deep 2. I believe we're playing on the red 3-point line, and it looks like his foot was on it.
Control there, Spivey. Spivey will now handle it. Spivey trying to work his way around Malley. He throws it in. No problem for him. It's now 48-40.
Man, looking a lot like last game.
State will now bury it. That was their first points in several minutes.
First point since the free throw by Ellis, but first actual field goal of the second half.
A lot of juking there going on by Tyler from the Demon Deacons. Ellis will now try to pressure Spivey right there. Spivey will still have control above the now confirmed 3-point red line that is right there. We'll take the shot. It wouldn't have gone in anyway.
That's going to be a foul on Spivey there. It looks like he just used his elbow and just kind of took a shot there of Ellis's nose. Ellis looks to be all right, though. That's going to be Spivey's 3rd. He's only got 2 more fouls to give before he's out.
Theo Mack will now carry it in once again. Theo Mack now will look for some possible options. There's Ellis. Ellis will now control it. Through the middle. What a move. And the one.
Got it. I believe that's going to be a foul. It looked like it was a foul called on 2. Yeah, that's going to be Tyler. That's his 2nd.
Ellis will now get 1 shot. And swish, as the kids said it.
Up 13 now are the Wolfpack.
There's Fischetta. Fischetta now will now try to pressure it, and he goes in for the 3.
Ooh.
I believe that was just slightly off. Tipped out in front. There's Coasters. Coasters now back up to Ellis with the shot. What a shot there right there by Hartle. Hartle, a senior shooting guard. Really great job right there.
Tell you what, Spivey for Wake Forest does pretty much everything. He brings the ball up, he plays post in defense. It's crazy.
Hartle now will carry it back in. Hartle now from the point.
Deep 3.
And no problem for him. 59-40 in favor of NC State. Spivey will now try to reinvigorate some life into his team. I started to say reinvigorate, I said reinvigorate.
Close enough.
I can't English. It's decided. The shot is made, but that will not be an and one, I don't think.
It was a foul called earlier on Ellis, so the shot does not count. Unfortunate for Wake Forest. That's Ellis's 1st.
There goes the Demon Deacons now back in the paint, trying to get into the key is Spivey. Spivey can't do anything. Great double teaming right there by State with the three-pointer shot, and it sunk down like a sunken ship, something that sunk a lot, something like that. There's Ellis again. Held there by Theo Mack. Theo Mack went all the way over, but he can't. Oh, great defense. Hit the tumble. No, not to my house. What a block right there by the Demon Deacons.
That was an excellent block by Green.
Spivey with the three. The shot was actually tipped going in right there by the incredible defense of Malley. And just rims out right there. State really has begun to pressure Wake Forest in the offensive end. Blake?
A little bit of frustration there from Hollingsworth. He thought the ball went out off State, but unfortunately not the case for him, as Malloy tries to put the moves on Hollingsworth and kicks it back out though. I'll see a three by Malloy, just off, but Ellis, the shortest man on the court, gets the rebound. Not able to go in though. Hollingsworth really showing his frustration there.
There's Fischetta. Fischetta at the three-point line will make his way into the key, and this goes just wide.
There's going to be a foul on Coasters, I believe. Yes, that's his first. Really, the only person in foul trouble is Wake Forest's Spivey, with 3 fouls going into the 12th minute of this second half.
Hartle now. That is Fischetta. Fischetta now with the shot just off the outside rim.
We're going to be seeing Prevette and Lloyd come into the game now.
Lloyd is number 10, if we're not mistaken here, Blake.
Yes, correct. For some reason, we were given that number 21 was Lloyd, but there doesn't seem to be a 21 that exists.
Hey, when 9 plus 10 comes together, what's better? 21. Through the side. Goes right in, almost goes in off the backboard. No luck there. The Deacons carried through the middle. There's Fischetta. Fischetta now has been on the court a long time so far. There's Tyler. Tyler make the pass out to Spivey. Ooh. Spivey almost had that. We'll keep it in, but that gives State the possession. They will rush it back in. Goes for the layup, and ooh, boom, and one.
He just used his strength there. That was Staniland just going up against Fischetta.
Great job barreling through it there by State. And now Staniland will get one shot.
Wake Forest went on a little run there at the beginning of the second half, but it looks like State was just able to come right back with their own. Excellent work there by
Staniland couldn't bury it.
But he buries
He gets
one.
the three.
State up now by 20.
Spivey now controls it. Spivey will try to throw it in. Try to make that tip pass to Earp. Can't do anything about that. Carries it back into State. And punched out of play into some raging Wolfpack fans over in the corner right there. Very excited to be in this one.
Looks like it went off State. Wake Forest is going to get the ball. Tyler with the three, just short. Almost gets his own rebound, but it looks like Prevette was there to stop that from happening. Kicks it back out to Malloy just to set up the offense. Oh, wow.
Through the zone, and there he goes. Now 66-44, 22-point lead here, Blake.
Man, that's just crazy. NC State just pouring it on right now.
Just wide there, Spivey. Again, Spivey now can't get it in. That was at least 3 or 4 attempts. Spivey once again finally gets it.
And one for that one.
It's now 66-46.
I believe that's another foul called on Coasters. Spivey looking pretty tired at the free throw line. He got like 3 of his own offensive rebounds just then. It shows just what kind of player he is for Wake Forest. I'd say that the scoring for NC State has come pretty much from everyone on the court. Wouldn't you agree?
From everyone on the court, that, yes, absolutely, Blake.
The last team kind of relied on Wimbush a little bit, you'd say, but.
And a big shot right there. 68-45 now in favor of the Wolf. Team Wolf, that is.
Team Wolf, the Wolf.
Pack. It's like a radio channel. 68.45, the Wolf. With the shot there by Spivey, and it just goes just off the rim. State will now carry it back in.
I wouldn't want to go up against a team called
Sandiland with the shot, and a 3. What a far out sink.
That was an excellent 3 ball there.
Call him a plumber because, boy, that just sunk in there.
I love it. I love it. I believe that's going to be a timeout called.
7:57 left to go here in this half so far. Blake, your thoughts so far?
Well, obviously, we've been talking about it throughout the course of the game. NC State's offense is seemingly being a little too much for Wake Forest. I got to say, I'm beginning to think that perhaps what you were mentioning with the whole fact that Wake Forest had already played a game. They were a little fatigued. I didn't think it was going to play that much of a role, but if you just look at their bench right now, they're all looking pretty tired right now. And NC State, this being their first game, they're ready. They're just trying to. They've been waiting to play all day, or excuse me, Team Wolf's first game that is. They've been waiting to play, and they're showing their stuff right now.
Looks like Team Pack is back.
Yeah, in the corner over there. I believe they'll be playing next on this same court.
There's their star in Cam Winbush.
Exactly. Let's see if he can duplicate the game he played earlier. That was good defense there by Malloy. Unfortunate that he stepped out of bounds in the process.
Carry back out there. Fisheth still holding for the shot. Great interception right there by Malley. Malley will carry it back in. Malley with the layup can't get anything there. Coasters tried to do a little bit of a hip-hop, hippity-hop, but it couldn't put the ball in the basket. I tried to make a rhyme right there. I couldn't.
It was a good attempt.
Malley now will get a few shots here. With one shot and just off the rim.
This is quite a high-scoring game for Team Wolf. 71 points still with a little under 7 minutes to go as Malloy adds another one to it.
With the 3 and just off the rim. There they go once again. There's Prevet. Prevet now will go up the side. Prevet through the middle. Prevet doing a great job of moving himself in. Now with the pass over to Sandiland. Sandiland and no problem.
They are just pouring it on right now. About to be up by 30 points if Sandiland makes this free throw. Just really showing their physicality, able to get all of these and ones.
Sandiland now will go for that one shot. Will he get it?
He does.
30-point lead for NC State. Massive lead so far here for Team Wolf.
And you got to think that might play a role in how Wake Forest plays. They just can't seem to hit. And NC State coming away with a lot of these random 50-50 balls. That's got to be discouraging. Coaster's 3 off a little
Shot
bit.
goes just wide. There go the Demon Deacons once again. It's Hollingspoon. Just off the rim.
Ooh. Almost a good outlet pass, but Coasters wasn't there ready. Ooh. It looked like it just kind of slipped out of his hand
Try
there
to
a
make
little
a
bit.
pass, can't do anything there. Lloyd gets
right,
thrown
that's
to the
gonna be
ground.
an intentional foul there on Hollingswan. I don't really think that was. It didn't look like he meant for it to look as bad as it did, I guess. But that was definitely.
I wouldn't call that a flagrant foul, but I definitely think.
It didn't look like he was trying for it to be flagrant. It looked what he was trying to do was just trying to like keep him on the ground so he can't, finish the shot. But nonetheless, it's an intentional foul, and they're gonna get free throw. Unfortunately, Lloyd misses the first.
One more shot here for Lloyd. The swish.
Yeah, I really think the only thing Hollingswan wanted to do there was prevent him from actually scoring. It was just not the best way to do it, I guess. Nonetheless, Hollingswan's going to come out of the game. I don't know if.
Sandilan with the pass back to Malloy. Malloy now will have it. Back over to Coasters. Coasters will try to work her way in. Try to make the pass all the way over to Prevet, but Prevet couldn't keep control. There they go once again. There's Sandilan. Sandilan rushing through the middle, trying to make a bounce pass over to Prevet, but no diggity.
Just went right out of bounds all the way to Team Pack over there in the corner. One thing I've noticed is it doesn't look like Filburn for Wake Forest as the three there by Wake Forest is missed. Filburn's not wearing his jersey. I'm wondering if he's just like not
What
playing
a cross-court pass and the layup.
That was pretty beautiful.
Great chemistry going on between Team Wolf and the rest of Team Wolf.
Timeout called by Wake Forest. Yeah, it looks like Wake Forest originally had 7 players, but one of them, it doesn't even have a jersey on at the moment. I haven't seen him come into this game yet, so that makes obviously way more difficult only having 1 sub against an NC State team that's up 33 right now.
State doing a great job so far. And Blake, talk to us about the next game that'll be going on here for Team Pack.
The next game that Team Pack will be facing, as I believe the schedule has it, is UNCW. Unfortunately, the schedule has changed a ton. So are they actually going to be playing against UNCW? We'll see. But one thing we're going to have to look out for is just Cam Wimbush. I mean, last game against Wake Forest, the same team that Team Wolf is playing right now, he popped off. I mean, he was Mr. All, do-it-all man, and it was just phenomenal watching him play, being only a freshman point guard. Obviously, the rest of the team contributed well, but he was just kind of like the standout player that just made a world of a difference.
Definitely been doing a great job so far in this particular tournament. Ball is thrown back in. There's Fichette once again. There's Spivey. Spivey now will pass it back at the point. Spivey at the three-point line. And for Earp. Earp with the layup. Can't get it in.
He's going to get 2 shots at the foul called on Lloyd. His 3rd.
No one in foul danger just yet.
No, not exactly. Only being a little under 3 minutes left. Most fouls anybody has is, I believe, Spivey with 3 and Lloyd with 3. And, with only 2:40 left, that's not really that big of a deal. As Earp sinks the first.
Earp will go through the shot. And just a little bit too much on that one. Almost at the 2-minute warning mark here for the final half of this game. State with a commanding 78-46 lead so far. Lloyd now will still hang on to it. Lloyd will make the pass over to Sandilan. Sandilan over to Coaster. Back over to Prevet. Prevet now on the outside. Coaster.
They're just working it around the arc right now.
The shot there. And a 3.
Man. Good grief.
This is almost now a 40-point lead for the NC State Team Wolf.
They've been able to hit a ton of threes this game. It's been incredible.
Great defense there by Stanaland. Great block.
Stay with the Demon Deacons, though.
Ball's thrown back in a little bit more towards center court. A little bit of just of a wasted throw right there by the Demon Deacons.
NC State,
Coasters now.
NC State can more or less just kind of hang on to the ball and not really do anything with it as they lose the ball there.
And what a play to move in. A little bit of a tic-tac-toe.
That was a good pass.
Now carrying it back in. There's Malloy. Malloy made the pass over to Santalan. Back to Malloy.
They're just going to probably hang on to it for this last minute, I would assume. As Lloyd
And
takes
Lloyd
the three,
will
maybe
take
not.
the shot. No dice there.
Still get the offensive rebound. He's just going to shoot from the logo, basically. Can't get it to go.
There goes Earp. Earp, not a lot of time left, so we'll get the layup.
It's going to be a travel called on Earp. Unfortunate, though. Basket will not count. 30 seconds left, as for some reason the clock isn't ticking. There it is.
With about 23 seconds to go here, this game's all but over.
It was a good game overall by Team Wolf. Was that a timeout called, I believe? Oh, they're just going to call it there.
There's not much you could do, I don't think. 81-48, but like, that's an amazing final score.
It really is.
Before we come back here for our quick and final stand-up, final talk rather, Blake, what are your final thoughts about this game?
Honestly, it was just an overall very well-played game by Team Wolf. Wake Forest might have been a little fatigued from the earlier game. They played well. They scored more than their first game, which is good, you know. But unfortunate for them, they just weren't able to come back in that second half.
All right, Blake, thank you so much, and we'll be right back here on PackTV to talk about our final thoughts about the game. 81-49, the final score here. NC State will take the victory over the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Zach Selwaye alongside Blake Charlerton. This was a wild game from start to finish, Blake, and compared to the game we saw with Team Pack, this was the game with Team Wolf today. There was a lot more scoring. It came out much more the forefront in the last game. It was Wimbush leading the team, getting a lot of the points in this game. It was much more spread out, and there was really no clear all-star in this team today.
Absolutely.
It was a team game today. Blake, what are your final thoughts about today?
Well, that's just it. The fact that they played so well as a team, they didn't rely on just one person to do most of the scoring as Team Pack did with Wimbush. They just really had a really spread out team all around. I mean, you had, I believe it was Myers, the big man in the middle. He had quite a few. Stanaland had quite a few threes. Actually, that's another thing to point out, too. They just had a ton of three-point shots overall. They didn't really defend very well, and if you don't defend the three, they're just going to get as many shots as they want, and obviously score a lot more points. Nonetheless, though, it'll be interesting to see this next game, as I believe Team Pack will be taking on High Point, I believe. It may change with this rough schedule. You never know. But that game coming up here in a little bit is going to be interesting as well.
It's going to be a great day for sure, Blake. We want to thank you for joining us here today. We want to thank you for tuning in, watching us here on PackTV. Zach Selwaye alongside Blake Charlerton. We'll see you soon for the next game between Team Pack of the NC State Club men's basketball team and High Point University right here on PackTV.